You can directly speak. They can catch.
Okay. Dear friends, 1 month ago, first week of April, Communist Party of India Marxist, CPIM, had its party congress in Tamil Nadu, Madurai. And it was a very successful party congress. It has identified the political organizational task that CPIM should undertake on its own, then along with other left and democratic political parties and social groups who can be mobilized. And the party congress also has given a perspective that strengthening the independent influence of CPIM and the left and democratic forces constitute a very important part in harnessing every secular and democratic force in order to take up the challenge that is being forced by the BJP government at the center in the form of NDA alliance and other political decision of the party congress. I don't take this opportunity to explain at length. Our party's first central committee meeting after the party congress, where we will discuss and work out a time-bound program as to how the decisions of the 24th Party Congress of CPIM can be implemented in different phases. This Central Committee is going to be held in Delhi beginning of next month, from 3rd June to 5th June. After that, we would be able to explain to you how we would go about implementing the Party Congress decisions. Meanwhile, we are all engaged with what has happened in the northwest area. First, on 22nd of April, a gruesome terrorist assault happened in Pahalgam. 26 innocent tourists have been murdered point blank by a group of terrorists. Most of them, except for one Nepali citizen, rest were from different parts of India. A Kashmiri who tried to protect those who have been attacked by terrorists, he was also murdered by the assailants, the terrorists. After that incident, we have seen how the people of Kashmir, like people of the entire country, stood firmly against terrorism. All political parties in our country raised like a single person in condemning terrorism. And in the all-party meeting, all political parties present stated that all necessary steps the government of India should take to deal with the terrorist menace. But as of now, we know that we could not catch hold of any of the terrorists who have carried out this most gruesome act of terrorism on innocent people. So, Government of India declared various steps because Government of India stated that there is enough evidence that these terrorists have been trained and they have been given arms and the wherewithal to carry out this terrorist strike by the neighboring country, Pakistan. And they have also used the Pakistan-occupied Kashmir to give effect to their terrorist act. And those who have committed this terrorist act, they are suspected to be escaped from the country either through Pak-occupied Kashmir or from across the border. Then we know the Operation Sindu carried out by our three forces, armed forces. Government stated that it was focused, non-escalatory, and they have only targeted the places of terrorist citadels, terrorist camps. After the action, government had a all-party meeting where Raksha Mandri, Mr. Rajnath Singh, stated that the purpose with which Operation Sindoor was envisaged has been successfully accomplished. This is the statement made by the Raksha Mandri. So, the CPIM representative, leader of our group in Rajya Sabha, Comrade John Brittas, demanded that as per government, the purpose of Operation Sindoor was accomplished. Now, non-military steps should be taken to force Pakistan government to ensure that they will not support terrorists in future, and also what they should do with those terrorists who have committed this gruesome act in Pahalgam, who are supposed to be escaped to Pakistan, to retrieve them and to bring them before the legal procedure in our country. Pressure should be mounted on Pakistan. Various forms of pressure. Thank you. During this process, we know the latest development happened. Ceasefire. Now it is being described as a temporary ceasefire. Of course, ceasefires are temporary. But our effort should be to build on this ceasefire so that through diplomatic efforts, through various other efforts, for example, by providing to international organizations and institutions the direct role of Pakistan in giving practice to terrorists, support to terrorists, then such a country can be put in the grey list. This is also discussed by media. Earlier, we were successful in putting Pakistan in grey list and they had to suffer. So these peaceful efforts to pressurize Pakistan, that is what we should follow. This was the position taken, and generally this is the understanding accepted. Now Prime Minister has addressed the nation. He has congratulated the armed forces and praised the bravery of our armed forces. In our country, there is no true opinion about the competence of our brave defense forces. The country is one in appreciating the competence and bravery of our armed forces. But there are many areas where Prime Minister's speech did not explain or answer. Maybe he might have reserved those due to his own reasons. For example, how is it that the President of United States of America first declared about the ceasefire. Then, in more than one occasion, I think when he started the visit of the Gulf countries with the visit to Saudi Arabia, the same idea has been repeated by the President of United States of America. As a country, we have never accepted a third party to intervene in matters related to India and another country, whether it is a neighboring country or otherwise. Of course, yesterday, Indian spokesperson stated that we maintain that position. But what paved the way for United States of America's president to make this claim? And you might have also noticed when Mr. Trump made this claim, a day before, the Vice President of United States of America stated that we don't want to meddle with the India-Pakistan problem. And according to Trump, his Vice President was also party in dealing with the situation. So, Government of India has to clarify what is the actual position. In this context, our demand is that a special session of Parliament is the right place where nation can be told through the people's representatives what are the actual facts related to Pahalgam incident, then the aftermath, Operation Sindu, how this has been successful. And we don't believe any media propaganda in the West about the kind of loss that our country happened to suffer. We don't go by the Western propaganda. But the clarification is needed from Government of India's side. This is an important demand we make about the latest development. Another important aspect is this situation is sought to be exploited by certain forces to fan up jingoism. And sorry to state before nearly a dozen representatives of electronic media that it is widely recognized that electronic media use this for a TRP competition among them. Competition, if it is a healthy competition, we don't have any difference of opinion about that. But this should not be to fan up hatred in our society against anybody. So communal polarization is sought to be achieved misusing these unfortunate developments. We have to be very careful about that, and we should be united in dealing with this situation, and we should not encourage, we have to take a very firm stand against those who undertake propaganda of hatred. I happened to visit the house of a victim in Kerala, Mr. Ramachandran. And now, Mr. Ramachandran, as he has been assassinated in Pahalgam, he is known. But his daughter's name also is equally known now. Her name is Arati. She stated that I lost my father, this is what she said, in front of my eyes in Pahalgam. Though I lost my father, I got two siblings. I got two new brothers in Pahalgam. They are Musafir and Samir, two young people of Kashmir. She said that they, my new brothers, they considered me like their younger sister. And in taking my slain father's body to hospital, protecting her mother. She was also there waiting in a hotel. Those details I don't want to say. But the point is that there was a heavy cyber attack against this girl, brave girl Aradi, when she stated like this. Why did you defend and argue for Kashmiri people? This is the tone with which she was being attacked. There are many such, instances to speak, but due to paucity of time, I don't say. But we should also remember what the Olympic gold medal winning javelin throw athlete, Neeraj, he stated. Only I flag his name. He was also subjected to cyber attack by the cyber bullying communal forces. This also we have to be very careful about. I repeat our demand that Prime Minister Narendra Modi should discuss with his colleagues so that a date can be fixed for a parliament session where he can state everything before people's representatives. We also know that everything related to a defense operation cannot be divulged. There would be certain security related issues which a Prime Minister and the defense forces will have to keep close to their chest. But there are many questions that needs to be answered on the floor of the parliament. Yeah, India bloc was primarily, working for the last Lok Sabha election. You see, India bloc was developed. And that played an important role. BJP lost its majority on the floor of Lok Sabha as a result of the work put out by the India bloc. Now, as and when India bloc need to meet and take up certain political responsibility, parties which form part of the India bloc, they will discuss and they will take decision. Now, an assembly election is round the corner in Bihar. Few months from now, for the entire legislature of Bihar, elections would be taking place. There, the India Gadbandhan is trying to, work together. And Comrade Vijay Raghavan is a Politburo member in charge of state of Bihar. He is going there to hold the meeting of our political party. Earlier, I had visited Bihar, met with leaders of the Rashtriya RJD, Rashtriya Janata Dal. Parties are having bilateral discussions. So this is how India bloc will go forward. As and when it is required, we will discuss, depending on the state-specific situation also. At the national level, there is India bloc, but how we will operate depends on the concrete political situation existing in different states. After having been elected as the General Secretary of the party, I am having meetings with leaders of the India bloc parties also. I went to Tamil Nadu and had a meeting with Mr. Stalin. This is what I did in Bihar. This will continue. So this mutual discussion and consultation, this will continue.
What about Telangana? Any plans in strengthen the party with Telangana state?
To strengthen the party in Telangana, that is why we are all here.
How to implement the...
We are all, 3 General Secretary and 2 Politburo members. We are come here having party meetings. We are discussing on the basis of the state conference we had here and on the basis of the party congress we had. We discussed that every state we need to enhance the independent strength of the party. Tomorrow and day after we are going to meet in the state committee. After the state committee meeting, I am very sure state secretary will meet you. You all should come. What has been decided in the state committee. And Comrade Raghavan Garu will also explain to you what we are planning to do here.
Sir, Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi did not come to all party meeting recently. How do you see it?
We don't want to make any political statements. But as you know, he came back from Saudi Arabia. Then there was a first all-party meeting. Unfortunately, Mr. Modi, Prime Minister, chose to go to Bihar to address a political meeting, and he entrusted his other friends to hold the all-party meeting. Then we had a second all-party meeting. That also he was available in Delhi. He did not attend. So it is his prerogative, and we will get occasion to discuss all these things. Now we don't want to score any point on such matters.
Sir, what about Shimla agreement? Actually, Trump saying that he is involving in ceasefire. Pakistan also telling that, but Modi denying it.
Even in Shimla agreement, the understanding is that mutual problems should be discussed between the parties. That is, India and Pakistan will discuss. This has been the practice. This has been our position. That is what we have explained. Now, there are some questions being raised about Shimla agreement, whether Pakistan would continue to adhere to that. All those questions are there. We need to discuss that in future.
Who is lying actually?
Pardon?
Trump or Pakistan telling same thing. Modi denying it. Who is lying actually?
We cannot sit in judgment on that. That is why it is the responsibility of Mr. Narendra Modi to take the people into confidence, and Parliament would be the right forum where he should speak to people's representatives. Now he is making unilateral talk. That is his prerogative. He is addressing the Doordarshan. So Doordarshan viewers cannot ask any questions to him. But on the floor of Parliament, when a statement is being made by Prime Minister or a Minister on any matter, parliamentary procedure is that members can have an opportunity to seek clarification on the statement. So that is what we are demanding on behalf of the people.
Sir, there is a assembly elections next year in Kerala. What about your party position?
My friend, next year you are wrong. It is not in Kerala, in Tamil Nadu, in West Bengal, in Assam, in Pondicherry. All these elections are important, and the state of Kerala, generally for many decades now, in every election there would be a change of government. But in the last election, 4 years ago, the LDF did make a historic transformation by getting re-elected. The LDF government, under the Politburo member, Comrade Pinarayi Vijayan, it got not only re-elected, the number of majority, the seats, it also got enhanced. So now Kerala state is discussing that will there be a continuity to the continuity of the LDF for a third term. There is widespread feeling with the kind of work this LDF government was able to do, there is the possibility of a continuity for which we will have to work hard. The Kerala party, LDF in Kerala, they are all working hard. So we hope this is possible. Okay? Now.